Parenting is hard. In fact, studies show that nearly 70% of parents report feeling burned out, yet it's a topic few people openly discuss. Did you know that 1 in 4 parents feel isolated, even though they're surrounded by family? Or that 50% of parents say they often feel like they're not doing enough for their kids? These shocking stats reveal just how challenging it really is. In this video, we'll dive into the hard truths about parenting that most people avoid. We'll talk about the guilt, the stress, and why trying to be perfect can actually hurt your family. Plus, we'll share tips to help you manage these struggles and build a healthier, more balanced approach to raising kids. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the demands of being a parent, this is for you. Stick around, we're about to show you that you're not alone. Chapter 1. The secret burnout. No one talks about. Parenting is often portrayed as a joyful journey, but the reality is far different. Most parents experience burnout, but it's something that is rarely discussed openly. According to a 2020 survey by the American Psychological Association, 63% of parents report feeling significant stress, with over half saying it negatively affects their physical and mental health. It's not just about juggling work, kids, and household duties, it's about the emotional exhaustion that comes with constantly caring for others. One key strategy to combat burnout is recognizing when you're reaching your limit. Ignoring fatigue or stress doesn't make it go away. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that chronic stress can lead to a weakened immune system, making it harder to cope with the demands of everyday life. It's important to set boundaries, both with others and with yourself. It's okay to say no to extra commitments. Saying no isn't selfish, it's self-care. Parents can also find relief by carving out moments of me time. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day to breathe deeply or enjoy a cup of coffee in peace, those moments help recharge your mental battery. A study published in Psychological Science found that taking breaks improves emotional regulation and resilience. Small moments of quiet can make a world of difference in managing the chaos. Another tactic is to ask for help. A 2022 study revealed that parents who reach out for support experience lower levels of stress and anxiety. Whether it's asking a friend or hiring a sitter, accepting help doesn't mean you're failing as a parent. It means you're being wise about preserving your mental health. Burnout doesn't just affect the parent, it impacts the whole family. A parent who is burnt out may become more irritable or emotionally distant. This can lead to a cycle of frustration and tension at home. To break that cycle, consider practicing mindfulness. Studies have shown that mindfulness meditation can reduce stress and improve emotional connection with your kids. Taking a few moments each day to be present can calm the mind and open the door to a more peaceful home. Chapter 2. The Guilt Trap. Why you're always doing it wrong, and how to let go. Guilt is a constant companion for many parents. Whether it's about not spending enough time with your kids or feeling like you're not doing enough for them, the guilt can be overwhelming. A 2021 survey found that 70% of parents feel guilty about not giving their children enough attention. But here's the ugly truth: guilt is not a productive emotion. To break free from the guilt trap, start by recognizing that it's normal to feel it but not helpful. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. A 2019 study by the Journal of Family Psychology found that parents who practice self-compassion are better equipped to manage feelings of guilt and anxiety. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend in your shoes. One key strategy for reducing guilt is redefining what success looks like in parenting. You don't have to be perfect. A book titled The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown reminds us that being authentic and imperfect is the greatest gift we can give our children. Parenting is about progress, not perfection. Setting realistic expectations for yourself helps relieve the constant pressure to measure up. It's also important to give yourself permission to make mistakes. You will make mistakes, every parent does. In fact, a 2020 survey by Parenting.com showed that 85% of parents believe making mistakes actually helps children learn and grow. So, embrace the idea that it's okay to mess up sometimes. It's part of the learning process, for both you and your kids. Finally, let go of comparisons. Social media can amplify feelings of inadequacy, especially when you see other parents seemingly thriving. But the truth is, most parents only post their highlights, not the struggles behind the scenes. A 2022 study by the University of Michigan found that parents who spend less time on social media have lower stress levels and better mental health. Comparing your parenting journey to someone else's will only fuel your guilt. Chapter 3. The Myth of Perfect Parenting. Why it's impossible, and harmful. The concept of perfect parenting is a myth, and chasing it can be harmful. The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to parenting. What works for one family may not work for another, and that's okay. In fact, trying to be the perfect parent can set unrealistic expectations, leading to frustration and burnout. The first step in letting go of the perfection myth is to embrace your unique parenting style. According to the Parenting Science website, children thrive in environments where parents are consistent and authentic, not perfect. If you make a mistake, it's more important to apologize and model accountability than to pretend you never make errors. Kids learn resilience by watching how we cope with imperfection. Another strategy is to focus on your child's needs, not on external validation. It's easy to get caught up in what other people think, but the goal should be to foster a strong, healthy relationship with your child. A study from developmental psychology found that children who feel emotionally supported by their parents are more likely to develop high self-esteem and strong social skills. The pressure to be perfect also comes from media portrayals of parenting, where everything seems flawless. These portrayals create a false narrative that real parenting should always be joyful and controlled. But real parenting is messy, noisy, and unpredictable. A 2019 article in The Atlantic revealed that parenting is harder today than ever before due to social pressures, work demands, and the cost of living. This means that parents are constantly trying to keep up with an unrealistic standard of success. Finally, challenge the idea that you need to do everything. Research from the University of Pennsylvania suggests that parents who learn to delegate and share responsibilities with others are not only happier but more effective in raising well-rounded kids. Whether it's asking your partner to take over certain tasks or getting your kids involved in chores, teamwork is key to reducing stress and achieving a more balanced life. Perfect parenting doesn't exist, but authentic, loving, and consistent parenting is the goal. Once you accept that, you'll find greater peace and connection with your family. Chapter 4. The Dark Side of Positive Parenting. When good vibes go too far in today's parenting culture, staying positive is often pushed as the ideal. Good vibes only is a mantra that suggests if you just think positively, everything will be okay. But this can sometimes be harmful, especially when it leads to ignoring real emotions. A study published in Child Development found that suppressing negative feelings can result in emotional exhaustion and strained relationships. The first strategy to tackle this issue is learning to embrace all emotions. Emotions, both positive and negative, are part of the human experience. The key is not to suppress them but to acknowledge them. According to the Emotion Thesaurus, when you allow yourself to feel all emotions, you become better equipped to handle them. Denying negative emotions, like anger or frustration, only leads to stress and resentment over time. Parents need to model emotional honesty. A 2021 study from the Journal of Child and Family Studies revealed that children who see their parents express both joy and sadness develop stronger emotional intelligence. Kids learn that it's okay to feel upset or angry, but it's important to talk about those feelings and not bottle them up. Another way to fight the pressure of constant positivity is by setting realistic expectations. It's impossible to maintain a cheerful attitude all the time, especially during challenging moments. A 2019 Parenting magazine article stated that parents who embrace realistic expectations of themselves and their families report lower levels of stress and greater satisfaction in their parenting roles. So, take a break from trying to keep up a perfect, happy facade. Instead, focus on creating a safe space where your family can express themselves freely. This strategy encourages healthier communication and deeper connections with your children, allowing them to feel understood rather than pressured to be happy all the time. Chapter 5. The loneliness in parenting. Why you may feel isolated. Even in a crowd, parenting is often seen as a team effort, but many parents experience intense loneliness, especially those who feel they're doing it all alone. In fact, a 2022 study by the Pew Research Center found that 1 in 4 parents report feeling isolated in their parenting journey. Even though they may have family and friends around them, they feel disconnected and unsupported. One powerful strategy to overcome loneliness is to build a support network. Research from the American Journal of Family Therapy shows that parents who have a strong community of support tend to experience lower stress and better mental health. Whether it's joining a local parenting group, reaching out to friends, or finding online communities, connecting with others who share similar experiences can alleviate feelings of isolation. Another strategy is seeking professional help when needed. A 2020 study from Psychological Services found that parents who engage in therapy or counseling experience higher emotional well-being and better parenting skills. Therapy offers a safe space to talk about feelings without judgment, and can help parents manage the stresses of raising children. Social media can often worsen feelings of loneliness. Studies by the University of Pennsylvania found that excessive social media use can increase feelings of inadequacy and isolation, particularly when comparing your real life to others' curated, idealized images. To combat this, try limiting social media use and focus on real-life connections instead. Sharing experiences with friends, family, or even fellow parents at school events can reduce the loneliness that often creeps in. Lastly, focus on quality time rather than quantity. It's easy to think you need to be constantly available for your children, but the reality is that a few minutes of meaningful interaction can create lasting connections. Research from the University of Oxford suggests that parents who engage in focused, quality moments with their children tend to have stronger relationships and less emotional fatigue. Chapter 6. The silent struggles of parenting teens. When your kids aren't cute anymore as children transition into their teenage years, parenting takes on a whole new set of challenges. It's no longer about sweet moments of bonding over bedtime stories. It's about navigating the complexities of adolescence. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, about 20% of teens experience mental health challenges, including anxiety and depression, making this a crucial stage of parenting. One strategy to handle the changes is to maintain open communication. Teens are often dealing with intense emotions, and it's important for parents to create an environment where they feel safe expressing themselves. A 2019 study from the Journal of Adolescent Health found that teens with parents who actively listen without judgment are less likely to experience mental health issues. Listening doesn't mean offering solutions right away, it means showing empathy and understanding. Another key strategy is setting boundaries while maintaining respect. Teens need structure and limits, but they also crave independence. A 2021 article in Psychology Today revealed that teens who are given age-appropriate freedoms tend to feel more confident and responsible. Find a balance between providing guidance and allowing them to make their own decisions. It's also crucial to avoid the control approach. Trying to control a teenager's every move can lead to rebellion and conflict. Instead, try to engage in collaborative decision-making. A study published in Developmental Psychology showed that when parents involve their teens in decision-making, it fosters mutual respect and reduces tension. Lastly, remember that your teen's struggles aren't a reflection of your parenting. Puberty brings about rapid emotional and physical changes, and sometimes it can feel like your child is a stranger. In these moments, it's important to remain patient. Parenting expert Dr. Laura Markham, author of Peaceful Parent, Happy Kids, advises parents to stay emotionally available and allow their teens to grow at their own pace without pushing them too hard. Parenting teens may not be easy, but with patience, communication, and respect, it's possible to build a relationship that will last well into adulthood. By understanding the unique challenges teens face and adjusting your approach accordingly, you can help guide them through this turbulent phase. If you found these parenting tips helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community for more advice and real talk on the challenges of raising kids. Keep it real, and remember, you're not alone in this journey.